Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are doing great. I am Neha Rajvanshi and I welcome you all in today's class, that is English class of class 9th. So students, in today's video we will start reading with our next chapter from the book Beehive, that is the last chapter from the book, chapter number 11, and the name of the chapter is If I Were You, and this chapter is written by Mr. Douglas James. So he is the writer of this chapter. So students, let me tell you one thing, that this chapter If I Were You, this is a play. So let's understand this thing, that what play means. So students, play is that particular kind of literature, it is that particular part of literature that is written to be performed on the stage, right? आप सब भी अपने schools में play करते हैं, dramas करते हैं. So in each and every play there are some characters and they are having some kinds of dialogues, okay? So they speak some dialogues on the stage. So that kind of literature, that kind of writing that is written for this purpose, that is known as a play. So this chapter number 11, that is If I Were You, this is also a play. So it's a very interesting play and I'm very much sure that you all will enjoy this play. So let's begin. First of all, before you read, so before starting reading the play, let's get some idea. Gerald lives alone in a lonely cottage. So as I have told you that in each and every play there are some characters. So this is our first character of the play, that is Gerald. So let's know more about this character. So he is a person who lives all alone in a lonely cottage. An intruder who is a criminal enters his cottage. So this is our second character and this is one intruder. So what intruder means? Intruder is a person who enters in others home without any permission, okay? So this is an intruder and obviously he is a criminal because he is not having any good intentions and he enters his cottage, he enters into Gerald's cottage. So we are having two characters in our play. First character is Gerald and second character is the intruder. We are not given with the name of the intruder. He intends to murder Gerald and take on his identity. Now what is the purpose of this intruder? Why he is there in Gerald cottage? So he is having one intention, he is having one purpose, and what is that? He just wanted to murder Gerald and he wanted to take on his identity. So this is his plan. He is there to murder Gerald and after that he wanted to behave like Gerald. He wanted to take on his personality. Does he succeed? So now the question is that does he succeed? Will he be able to complete, to execute his plan? This is the question and we will get the answer when we will continue our play. So let's begin. First of all, let's read about the scene. So as I have told you that plays are written with a purpose to be performed on the stage. अब जब stage पे play perform होता है, so on the stage there are some particular kinds of settings. So that settings are known as scene. That what is the scene on the stage? So let's read. A small cottage interior. So what is the scene? On the stage there is a small cottage interior. So what cottage means? In this picture you can see this particular kind of house is known as cottage, जिसकी जो outer roof जो होती है वो इस तरह से triangular shape की होती है, right? So this kind of cottage is there. There is an entrance back right, and what is there on the stage? We can see one entrance where back right side which may be curtained. Another door to the left must be a practical door and one more door is there and that door is to the left side and this is the practical door. The furniture is simple, consisting of a small table towards the left, a chair or two and a divan rather upstairs on the right, and we can see some furnitures there. So the furniture is very simple and the furniture is having a small table towards the left side and we can see one or two chairs and one divan is there, that is rather upstairs on the right. So what divan means? In this picture you can see this furniture is known as divan. So we can see it's a kind of single bed, okay? So this kind of divan is also there on the stage. So this is the setting of the stage. On the table is a telephone. So one more thing we can see on the stage, one table is there as we have read earlier. So on that table there is one telephone. When the curtain rises, Gerald is standing by the table making a phone call, and when finally the play starts, so on the stage we can see Gerald is there. So Gerald is standing there and where by the table, and he is making one telephone call. So we have read earlier that when telephone was there on the table, so Gerald, he is standing by the table and he is making one telephone call. He is of medium height and wearing horn-rimmed glasses. He is dressed in a lounge suit and a great coat. His voice is cultured. So now when we are able to see Gerald, so now let's see what physical appearance he is having. So we can see that he is of a medium height. It means he is neither too tall nor he is too short. Okay, so he is having medium height and he is wearing horn-rimmed glasses. So horn-rimmed is a particular kind of shape that we can see here in this picture. So we can see, you know, this kind of glasses are known as horn-rimmed glasses. So Gerald, he is wearing this kind of glasses and he is dressed in a lounge suit. So lounge suit, in this picture you can see this is lounge suit. Gerald is also wearing this kind of lounge suit and he is having a great coat over that suit, and his voice is cultured. So what cultured voice means? It means his voice is very much refined, his voice is very much polite, it's full of manners and etiquettes. Okay, so now Gerald is there on the stage. We are able to see Gerald, we are able to see his physical appearance and his dressing style. Gerald, so now Gerald, he is making one phone call, so he is speaking. Let's read. Well, tell him to phone up directly. I must know. Yes, I expect I will still be here, but you must not count on that. In about 10 minutes time, right? Oh, goodbye. So Gerald, he is making one phone call, so he is speaking with someone and he is saying, well, tell him to phone up directly and I must know. Next he is saying, yes, I expect I will still be here, but you must not count on that. So what count on means? Count on means to depend. Okay, so he is saying that I am expecting this thing, that I will be here, but you should not, you must not count on this thing. Next he is saying in about 10 minutes time, and next he is saying right ho and goodbye. Okay, he puts down the phone and goes to the divan on the left where there is a travelling bag. So when his conversation has ended, so after that he just put down the phone and then he goes to the divan. We have seen in the picture that what divan is, and divan was on the left and there one travelling bag was there on the divan, and then he started packing. Okay, so one bag is there and that is a travelling bag. It means Gerald, he is going somewhere and he started his packing. Whilst he is thus engaged, another man similar in build to Gerald enters from the right silently, revolver in hand. Okay, so now Gerald is very much engaged. What engaged means? Engaged means busy. So Gerald is very much engaged, he is very much busy in which thing? He is packing. Okay, so he is very much busy in packing. At that time another man similar in build to Gerald. So now we can see one more man is there on the stage and that man is very much similar in build to Gerald. It means what it means? He is having the same physical appearance as of Gerald. Okay, so जो Gerald की height है, जो Gerald की physical build है, so that person is also having the similar build. Okay, and that person now enters from the right, and how very silently he is not making any kind of noise. It means that person is the intruder and he is entering into the cottage, he is entering into Gerald's house and he is having revolver in his hand. He is flashily dressed in an overcoat and a soft hat, and now that person, that intruder, he is very flashily dressed. So what do flashily means? It means too bright. Okay, so उसकी जो ड्रेस है वो कैसी है? इट्स वेरी मच ब्राइट एंड ही इज हैविंग एन ओवरकोट एंड अ वेरी सॉफ्ट हैट. ओके, सो वी कैन सी वन थिंग हियर दैट इन फिजिकल अपीयरेंस, और वी कैन से जो फिजिकल बिल्ड होती है दैट इज ऑलमोस्ट सिमिलर. गेराल्ड एंड दैट पर्सन दे आर हैविंग ऑलमोस्ट सिमिलर फिजिकल अपीयरेंस, बट गेराल्ड ही इज वेरी मच सोफिस्टिकेटेड, ही इज वेरी मच कल्चर्ड, बट दैट इंट्रूडर ही इज वेयरिंग वेरी फैंसी, वेरी ब्राइट क्लोथ्स. ओके, एंड इन दिस पिक्चर स्टूडेंट्स students, you can see he is Gerald and he is very much busy in his packing. One traveler bag is there and he is very much busy, and this is the intruder who is there, and he is holding this gun, this revolver in his hand. He bumps accidentally against the table, and at the sound Gerald turns quickly. So now that intruder is there, he is moving forward and suddenly accidentally he bumps against the table. जो टेबल वहाँ पे रखी हुई थी उस टेबल से वो intruder he bumps means he got one light blow from that table, and because of that one sound was there. So when he heard that sound, so obviously Gerald, he was very much surprised and he turns quickly to see that who is there, what sound was that. Gerald pleasantly, why, this is a surprise, Mr. So Gerald, who is totally unaware from this thing that another person is also there in his home and he is having one revolver, but when that sound was there, when that intruder, when he bumps with the table, so because of that one sound was there, so Gerald, he suddenly turns to see who is there, what sound was that, and at that time he saw that intruder, that okay, that one more person is there and that person is holding one revolver. So now let's see what Gerald is saying. So he is saying in a very pleasant manner, and he is saying why, this is a kind of surprise, Mr. So he is trying to recognize that who that person is, intruder. So now that intruder is saying, I am glad you are pleased to see me. I don't think you will be pleased for long. Put those paws up. So now that intruder is saying that I am very much glad, I am very much happy that you are pleased to see me. Next he is saying that I don't think that you will be pleased for very long time, and next he is ordering, he is giving one instruction to Gerald and he is saying just put those paws up. So paws means hands. So he is giving one instruction, he is ordering Gerald to put his hands up. Gerald, this is all very melodramatic, not very original, perhaps, but. So now what Gerald's reaction is, so he is saying that whatever you are doing, it is very much melodramatic and it is not very much original, perhaps, but. So he is trying to say that, you know, whatever you are doing, that you are entering into my house, you are having one revolver in your hands and now you are ordering me to put my hands up. So all this scene is very much melodramatic, it is full of drama, right? And this scene is not at all original, because we have seen this kind of scene in so many movies or TV serials. So Gerald is saying that this scene is full of drama, it is not at all original. And next he is saying perhaps, but. Intruder trying to be calm, and then intruder is saying that I am just trying to be very much calm, I am just trying that I should not panic, right? I should not to full of anxiety, I am just trying to be calm. And then he is trying to find another suitable word. Gerald, nonchalant is your word, I think. So Gerald is there to help that intruder and he is completing his sentence and he is suggesting one word to that intruder and he is saying nonchalant is your word, I think. So nonchalant is just the synonym of calm. So nonchalant means feeling calm and relaxed, or we can say not at all anxiety is there. So he is you know, the intruder was saying that I am just trying to be calm and he was trying to you know, find one more word. So Gerald was there and he suggested the word and his suggestion is nonchalant. Okay, so he is saying nonchalant is the word that you know, that would suit to complete your sentence. Intruder, thanks a lot, you will soon stop being smart. Then intruder, first of all he is grateful to Gerald and he is saying thanks to him. Next he is saying you will soon stop being smart, I will make you crawl. So now that intruder, obviously he is having one revolver in his hand, so his intentions are not at all good. So he is saying that very soon you will stop being smart because I will make you crawl, and I want to know a few things before and after that I will make you crawl. Gerald, anything you like. So now students, let's understand this thing, that when Gerald, when he saw that another man is there in his his house and he is having one revolver in his hand, then obviously Gerald is also aware with this thing that that person is not having any good intentions. He is there with some wrong intentions, some bad intentions. Okay, so Gerald is trying to be very calm, very cool, very relaxed, because he is not at all behaving in a very panic way. Okay, so he is busy in conversation because he is just trying to understand that who that person is, why he is there, what his purpose is. So we can say Gerald, he is very much smart and he is behaving to be a very calm, very cool person. Okay, so he just at all busy in a conversation. So Gerald is saying anything you like. Next he is saying, I know all the answers, but before we begin I should like to change my position. You may be comfortable but I am not. So now Gerald is saying that okay, if you want to know a few things, then okay, I am ready to answer all the things because I have all the answers. But next he is saying that before we begin the conversation, I just want to change my position because you may be comfortable but I am not at all comfortable here. So I just want to be comfortable first, then I will answer all your questions, I will give all the answers. Intruder, sit down there and no funny business. Then intruder again, he is giving one instruction, one order, and he is saying sit down there and don't try to do any funny business. Motions to a chair and seats himself on the divan by the bag. Then next intruder, he just motions to a chair that was there in the room and then he seats himself on the divan by the bag. So we have read that one traveling bag was there. Now then we will have a nice little talk about yourself, and after that the intruder is saying that okay, now we will start a little talk about yourself. So what it means, the intruder, he just wanted to know some answers, he just wanted to talk about Gerald. Gerald, at last a sympathetic audience, I will tell you the story of my life. So when that intruder, when he told Gerald that he just wanted to ask some questions about Gerald's life, he just wanted to have a talk about Gerald himself. So Gerald is saying that okay, at last finally I got one audience that is so sympathetic, that is having so much sympathy in my life, that is having so much interest in my life. Okay, so actually जो Gerald है वो एक्चुअल में अपनी स्टोरी नहीं बताना चाहता, बट वॉट हिज एक्चुअल मोटिव इज, वॉट हिज एक्चुअल purpose is, he just trying to understand the situation, he just trying to have a control over the situation, and he is just trying to figure out that who that person is, what his purpose is, why he is there in his house. Okay, so he just trying to control the situation. So he is saying that okay, I will tell you my story, and to be little funny, to be have a little humor in his talk, Gerald is saying that okay, finally I got one sympathetic audience to listen my story. Next he is saying that okay, I will tell you the story of my life. How as a child I was stolen by the gypsies, and why at the age of 32 I find myself in my lonely Essex cottage house. So Gerald, he started and he is saying that okay, I will tell you my entire life story. I will tell you that how as a child I was stolen by the gypsies. So what gypsies means? Gypsies means free spirited person, or we can say the person, or we can say the people who are not staying at one place for a long time. So those person are known as gypsies. So Gerald is saying that when he was a child, then some gypsies, they stole him. Okay, and then next he is saying is that I will tell you that why at the age of 32 I find myself in my lonely Essex cottage. So now we can see what is the age of Gerald. He is 32 as of now. So he is saying that I will tell you the reason that why when I am of 32 age, then why I am living in this lonely cottage, that is where in Essex cottage. So he is saying that okay, I will tell you my entire life story, but actually he will not tell you the story, but actually he just trying to control the situation, he just trying to know each and everything about that intruder. Intruder, keep it to yourself and just answer my question. Then intruder, he is little bit of irritated and he is saying keep your story to yourself only and just answers to my questions. You live here alone? Well, do you? Then intruder, obviously he is not at all interested in Gerald's side of the story. So he is saying just just keep your story with yourself and just answer the questions that I am having. And next he is saying that you live in this cottage all alone, do you? Gerald, I am sorry. I thought you was telling me, not asking me. Then Gerald, he is saying that okay, the way you are speaking, so I just think that you are telling me rather than asking. A question of inflection, your voice is unfamiliar. So what inflection means? It means the modulation, or we can say the pitch in the voice. So what Gerald means here, he is saying that जो intruder ने जिस tone में बात पूछी थी with the help of the modulation or in the pitch he was speaking, so Gerald is saying that he is unable to understand that whether he is telling this thing or whether he is asking this thing that do you live here all alone. So students, what it means? It means that we can state a sentence in two ways. Okay, if we are telling, then we will say that okay, you live here alone, and if we are asking, then we will say do you live here alone. So with the help of the modulation, with the help of the pitch, with the help of the tone, we can identify, we can recognize that whether it is a question or it is a statement. So Gerald is saying the same thing. He is saying that the modulation, or we can say the pitch in which the intruder was speaking, so Gerald is saying that he was unable to understand that whether he was telling or he was asking this thing. Intruder, with emphasis. So now intruder, again he is asking the question and now he is speaking with more emphasis and he is saying, do you live here alone? Gerald, and if I don't answer, then Gerald is saying that okay, now you are asking me a question, but tell me, what if I don't answer to your question? Intruder, you have got enough sense not to want to get hurt. So when Gerald, when he said that okay, if I don't answer your question, then intruder, he is threatening Gerald and he was having one revolver with him. So he is saying that I will hurt you if you don't answer my question, and you have got enough sense, you are smart enough that obviously you don't want to get hurt. Gerald, I think good sense is shown more in the ability to avoid pain than in the mere desire to do so. So now what is the reaction of Gerald? So Gerald is saying that according to me, good sense is shown more in the ability to avoid pain than in the mere sense to do so. Okay, so actually he is trying to say that I think कि मैं सिर्फ ये desire रखूँ that okay, I can avoid pain, so that is not my real sense, that is not that I am having good sense, but the good sense is shown when I will be able to avoid all the pain. What do you think, mister? After that Gerald, one more time he is trying to get his name, so he is saying what do you think, Mr. Okay, so now we can say Gerald, he is playing his game, he is very much cool, he is very much calm and composed, and he just trying to get the control over the situation. Intruder, never mind my name, but that intruder, he is also very smart, so he is saying never mind what my name is, I like yours better, Mr. Gerald. So now he is saying that just forget about my name because I like your name better, and again he is pronouncing his name, that is Mr. Gerald. What are your Christian names? Next he is having this question, he is asking to Gerald that what is his Christian name. So students, what Christian names means, when all the Christians, when they go to church for the very first time, then in the church one name is given to new babies and that name is known as Christian name. Okay, we can say one custom is there, that is known as baptism. So each and every child is baptized in the church and one name is given in the church, so that name is known as the Christian name. So now that intruder, he is asking about the Christian name, that what is the Christian name of Gerald. So Gerald is answering, he is saying that his Christian name is Vincent Charles. Intruder, do you run a car? Now the intruder, he is having one more question and this time he is asking that do you run a car? Gerald, no. So Gerald is replying as no. Intruder, that's a lie. So intruder knew this thing that it was a lie. So he is saying that you are not dealing with a fool. So again intruder, he is little bit of irritated and upset and angry, and he is saying that you are not dealing with a fool. It means he is saying that I am not a fool. I am as smart as you and smarter, and he is saying that I am not a fool at all, but I am very smart and I am smarter than you, and I know you run a car, and I knew this thing already that you run a car. Better be careful, wise guy. Next to one more time he is threatening him, and he is saying that you should be careful, wise guy. Don't be smart, don't act like smart, because I am smarter than you. Gerald, are you American or is that merely a clever imitation? So Gerald, he is playing his own game, okay. So now he is saying that are you really one American citizen or that merely a clever imitation? Imitation means to copy something. So Gerald is saying that are you American or the accent that you are having is only a kind of imitation. Intruder, listen, this gun's not toy. And now the intruder, he is very much angry, and he is saying just listen to me, the gun that I am holding in my hand, this gun is not at all a toy, it is a real gun. I can shoot you, I can hurt you without killing you and still get my answer. So intruder is saying that I am holding one gun in my hand, and this gun is a real gun, this is not a toy, and I can hurt you without killing you, right? And then I can get all my answers. So just be careful, don't play wise, just answer my questions. Gerald, of course, if you put it like that, I will be glad to assist you. So now Gerald, he is saying that yes, of course, I know that you are holding one gun and that is a real gun, and if you put it like that, then I will be glad, I will be happy to assist you. Assist means help. So Gerald is saying that okay, I will be happy to help you, I will be happy to give your answers. I do possess a car and it's in the garage round the corner. So now finally Gerald, he answered, and he is saying that yes, I do possess a car, yes, I am having one car, and that car is in the garage round the corner. Intruder, that's better. So now intruder is satisfied with the answer, and he is saying that okay, now you are doing good. Do people often come out here? Again he is having one more question, and this time he is asking that do people often come out here in your cottage to meet you? Gerald, very rarely. So Gerald is answering, and he is saying that very rarely there are people who are there in my house to meet me. Surprisingly, few people take the trouble to visit me. Next he is saying that it is very much surprised because you know very few people take this trouble to visit me. It means he is trying to say that there are very few people who come there in his house to meet with him. There is the baker and the greengrocer, of course, and then there is the milkman. Now he is giving some of the names that who are the people who come there to his cottage. So he is saying that first of all there is one baker and there is one greengrocer, okay, and then there is the milkman, quite charming but no one so interesting as yourself. Next Gerald, he is saying that okay, these are some of the people, baker, greengrocer, milkman, who come here, okay, and then next he is saying that but none of them is as interesting as you are. Intruder, I happen to know that you never see threats people. Next to the intruder, he is saying that I happen to know, I know this thing about you, that you never see threats people. So what do threats people means? It means small traders, okay. So intruder is saying that I am having one more information about you, and that is that you never meet with any threats people, or we can say the small traders who come here. So you never ever meet with those traders, okay. So now we can see that that intruder, he is actually having a lot of information about Gerald, and why that we have read earlier, because we know what is the purpose of this intruder. He is here to murder Gerald, and after that he just wanted to take his identity. After that he will behave, he will act, he will live as Gerald. So this is the plan of the intruder. But we can see that Gerald, now he is playing his own game, because he is very much aware with this thing that intruder, he is there with some bad intentions, some wrong intentions. So Gerald, he is also very much smart, and he is playing his own game. So students, now what will happen next? Who will be able to execute his plan? Okay, intruder, will he be able to kill Geralt, or Geralt, will he be able to get rid of that intruder? We will come to know when we will continue the chapter, when we will continue the play in the next video. So see you in the next video. Thank you.